go to a topic called Sabbatical, Setback to Launch Back. And this module is going to be moderated by SHIKHA NAG. She's the founder, director of the Indian Academy of Public Speaking. Wow, I didn't know you had an academy like this. And she's come all the way from Bangalore. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about her. She's a management graduate with corporate work, experience across hospitals, tours, offices, you know, all sorts of interesting things. And her stage has been her first love. And she expresses all this through her efforts in the Indian Academy of Public Speaking, anchoring, and motivational speeches. And she is also a TEDx speaker, which is wonderful. And she has a certification, so she's a certified speaker. And she's got a lot of degrees. She's also authored a book called Dare the Fear 3D Approach to Public Speaking, and it's available on Amazon. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring on stage the immensely multifaceted SHIKHA NAG. On stage. Hi. Here's your mic.
Before I take the stage, let me thank Chaitali and the complete team of V for doing this. And I must say, I'm very privileged to be among all you guys who have achieved a lot. But whenever next time you're coming again in these kind of forum, please pull out another woman who's still struggling to come out of her house. Something is pulling her back. Get her out. With a big thank you to Chaitali, now I take the stage. Coming back from sabbatical to work looks like this. Sabbatical to work is a transitional space that does not cooperate. I took break for my 2 kids, and in spite of being ambitious and wanting to come back to work, I could not. I found every reason around my circumstances, my situations, to say no to work and opportunities I got. Until I was pushed by my circumstances when my husband lost his job and I had to take charge of my family's financials and make things work. Today, I'm a TEDx speaker twice, I'm an author of the book, and I run a company. I only hire women, and I do give priorities to ladies who are on sabbatical and are trying to make a comeback. If I share the data with you, in just last 1 year, I have got 25 such ladies back to work, working with my company right now. But during my interaction with 100 of these women, I found something common and which caught my attention. All of them unanimously accepted that they are under depression and it's killing them to be at home. They all wanted to come back. And let me share. This depression is seeping in our society, but we are not addressing it. For me, to say I'm depressed sitting at home does not go with the image of a woman in the society. This depression is there, but we are not acknowledging it. I want to share a situation where we hired this lady. She came back to work after 10 years. She was filled with fire and fuel, and she wanted to prove herself, and she did a fantastic job for my company. But within a month, children started frowning and husband started complaining. Because maybe when she joined the work, she missed out doing a couple of things at home. She joined the work, but she was still expected to be around them all the time the way she was. She got succumbed to the situation, unrealistic demands, and she left. But she's not alone. Let me share some data with you. According to a sample, a study conducted by World Bank in collaboration with National Sample Survey Organization, 20 million women left jobs between 2004 to 2012. Well, that's not alarming. 65 to 70% of these women never came back to work. Let's look at women in workforce participation. 2017 NSSO data says 25.9% only, which dropped from 2017 to 23% in 2018. We are here talking about women entrepreneurs, empowerment, women education, and women slipping out of workforce. We are giving education, dreams, aspirations to our daughters, but we tie their wings so that they cannot fly. Soon they'll be suffocated. Soon they'll be depressed because we do not have a system and a society to encourage them. It's like buying a fleet of aeroplane, but no runway to fly them. Now, talking about sabbatical, if you have taken a sabbatical to take care of your children, parents, or for any other reason, and now you're trying to come back, sabbatical has one setback. Sabbatical is like this black hole, which is going to suck you inside. And before you know, you're going to be lost for long or forever. Your reasons will keep becoming bigger. It's not that you're going to get confidence later. Your confidence will diminish. It's not that things will become known to you, they'll be soon unknown to you. And if you wait for long, this routine will become your lifestyle, your habit, your comfort zone. But today, if you decide, you might find a route from your routine, but wait for long. This comfort zone will always pull you back. So then what can we do? The way we prepare our daughters for education, for marriage, for childbirth, we need to prepare our daughters for sabbatical, to work journey. It's a process, it's a transition in itself. So what can we do? How many of you have seen Ice Age Part 2? How many? Come on. You must have definitely seen. My boy keeps seeing it. If you have not, then let me tell you. This is Manny, upside down. Sorry, this is Ellie. Ellie is a mammoth, huge elephant. But Ellie grew up with possums. So she started to believe that she is a possum. And Ellie needed Manny the mammoth, to make her realize that she is a mammoth. You need to find guide to road maps and not roadblocks. Start hanging around. Be around those ladies, those women who can show you the way to come back. Not reasons to substantiate that whatever decision you have taken is right. So be around them, because these are the ones who will show you a roadmap and not the roadblocks. How many of you have seen a sunflower? Sunflower gets the energy from the sun, but when it's cloudy, when it's dark, sunflower turn towards each other. They will turn toward each other to get energy from each other. Why can't we, as another women, be the sunflower for someone else? Find your guide to roadmaps and not roadblocks. So find those mentors around you. Now, I have seen that if you're lucky, you might come back from sabbatical to work, but the ladies are not able to sustain it because they do not manage their ecosystems. As mothers, as wives, we want to do everything so perfect that we forget this art of delegating. We want everything to be so perfect that soon everybody start relying on us. We forget that we don't need to make them rely. We need to make them our allies. We need to make them our partners. Start educating your children. Well, has been a lot. Wrongdoing has gone for long, so it's difficult to change, but start with your children. Teach them household chores without any gender biases. You don't need to be the central pillar the whole house rests on. There is a reason the house is built on multiple pillars. Let every pillar share their weight, responsibility. Develop your ecosystem before you step out. Otherwise, it's going to pull you back before you even realize it. Oh, I have been to many conferences, and I love when ladies and everybody talk about ladies are very good at multitasking. Well, who told you that? Who told you that you're good at multitasking? There are many researchers. HBR September 2018 reviews clearly says that men and women both are bad at multitasking. We are not good at multitasking. We end up doing it because we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. Ladies, stop multitasking. Start asking. Otherwise, soon you'll be burnout, churn out, and you will leave the race. So stop multitasking, start asking. If you need to ask again and again, but start asking. So very, very important, stop multitasking. This is my favorite. I run a company and I have these ladies, and this incident happens every time, at least once in a week in my office. But I don't blame them because I did the same thing. So when I bounced back and I started working and I got little pressure from my boss, first thing I did, you know what? This is not done. I can't take this. I don't work for money. I really don't work for money. You know my passion. I want to be busy. I want to do something. That's the time. My boss said something very important. My darling, you work for money. Otherwise, go and do charity. We all work for money. But we ladies keep telling ourselves that our job is secondary and we don't work for money. Now, you know what happened? If you keep telling your brain that you do not work for money and your job is secondary, little pressure from work and little pressure from home will pull you back. You will leave and you'll be out of the race. So stop telling yourself that you don't work for money. Money may not be your first priority, but it has to be your top 3 priorities, ladies. So make sure you keep telling your brain that your financial independence is paramount. Don't do this mistake. I'll be finished in 3 minutes, don't worry. I know my time and I manage it very well. Now, this is amazing. So, this is in fact hurting as well. So I had this lady came for interview. She was a software engineer and she applied for admin job. So I asked her, why such a change? She said, Shikha, software industry is very dynamic and I feel that I'm very much left behind. So I'm like, okay, tell me the recent software. She named all of it. I said, which are the upcoming ones? She listed all of them. I said, then why don't you make your sabbatical a launchpad? She did not understand. So to make her understand, I asked one question, and please get the answer ready in your mind also. Which is the biggest investment you did on yourself? Which is the biggest investment you did on yourself? I'm not going to ask you, but I'm going to tell you what she said. She had a big smile on her face, and she said, gold jewelry. I'm like, no, I'm asking, which is the biggest investment you did on yourself? And she's like, yeah, I bought gold jewelry. I was like, no, I'm asking, which is the biggest investment you did on yourself? Then she's like, maybe 2 years back, I bought a property. She didn't understand, and at times we all don't. When you are on sabbatical, when you have taken a break, you definitely will be out of the market, out of the knowledge, market trend. So start getting into reading, knowledge upgradation, maybe skill upgradation, maybe find something else that interests you, because you never know that your second inning can be bigger than your first inning. Make your sabbatical a launchpad and not a setback. Let's stop telling ourselves that we can do this much only. We are secondary to men. We were born after men. You know why we were born after men? You know why? Because the God kept his most beautiful, most precious, and most perfect creation for the end. And after that, Almighty did not even touch his tools, and nothing was created. So to every precious, perfect woman out there, in the age of rocket science, when things change before you change your dress, in the age of rocket science, when things change before you change your dress, after a gap of months to years, changes will be difficult to address. Husband, baby, and boss, they all want their due. And who get tossed? You. You need to steer the way. You need to get up all the way. May you find strength in yourself in launching your way back. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.